peoples. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the Will Is podcast. Here I am. Let me show my face. How y'all guys doing? I'm back. Yeah. Did you miss me? Had to take some time now to get some rest. I also had to work on quite a few things. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a hell of a lot doing this podcast. It's something uh shit. Let me see how I want to do that. I'll look at this later. Too much going on right now. But yeah. I'm back and I'm happy to be back. But I had something I want to discuss because I do look at content. I look at content as well. We all should. We all do look at content, shit like that. So um, but I was looking at a couple of things that really kind of really disturbed me a little bit. It's like it kind of helps you see why everybody view Black Americans the way they do, and we understand how things had to be changed, situations had to be changed. The situation had to change. I would say the situation had to change. Why did it have to change? Because in the past, history tells us that every exchange that other nationalities and other nations of people, the exchange with the American Indian or the Black American was supposed to be, we're always on the losing end of the spectrum. It's just not fair. Um, it's a thing to think that you are above, better, and more cultured simply because you want to pick the point in time. You want to pick the place or point in time to where we'll say you control the narrative. This is what it's been a long time now. I'm trying to make sure my audio and everything is correct. So I gotta check my audio out. And no, it's not right. So let me get that fixed. Okay, that's fixed. All right, that's cool. But as always, someone wanted to control the narrative, be a bully, um, tell you who you are as if you don't know, and then call you a liar when they are completely full of shit and a lie. So we gonna get into some whip moments today because this is necessary. And I'm not gonna be going on every day anymore. I'm gonna be going on about 3 times, maybe 4 times a week. We're gonna organize, take this more serious, and take it a different approach, and take more of a serious, different approach to what I'm saying. Get this out here. Get the podcast, get the views up, and if you guys are watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like those shows, subscribe, like them, and subscribe. I would appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I absolutely do appreciate all of the subscriptions. Wonderful. I ran a campaign. Done with that campaign shit. What we got to do now is focus. Yeah. Focus on the crowd. Focus on this platform. Focus on what we have to do for you. Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate you, love you and everything, but we got to keep moving in a positive direction, keep a positive path. Let me get some music playing because we finna get into some shit on this show. This is a serious topic, but I just needed to get out the way that you know the show will be taken seriously. It's still my passion project. Still love it. Still love what I'm doing, and I'm gonna keep going. But just got to make some things better. So first of all, before we start listening to music, I want to show you guys something. So you can see my screen. This is what I promised to show you when I got the privileges to. My ancestry. So I'm gonna go to this page here. Let me show you how this looks and how it works. So you see tree checker, because I actually got my DNA done. You see how many people I'm attached to. But I'm also gonna show you, yeah, duplicates. You so many people. I'm so old in this I'm sold. My people are sold. Check the names. This is why you have so many duplicates. Plus, I got a very good percentage. But a lot of duplicates, I'm going to deal with people, and this is just page one. This is just page one. And I told you my history tells the story of the Americas. You see the Nancy mod? You see the Britons, the Black British in here? You're going to see them. The Bass, Sir Samuel Bass. See that? Bird Clan. You ever heard of Mahalia Jackson? Have you heard of Mahalia Bahanan? I just be trying to tell y'all the truth, man. I don't lie. I don't have to lie. You see Oxford, Connecticut. You see the names. You understand? So let me get back to me. I'll come back there. So understand, I wasn't joking. I don't have to joke. I gotta address a couple of comments too. Someone commented on the YouTube page, on the platform, on the Wilderness platform. You want to be everybody in black, everybody in which, well, it's quite clearly what I am. It's quite clear. So why, if I know who I specifically am, that's a problem for you? Probably because you don't know who specifically you are. That's your problem. That's a lot of the hate that I get. I understand that, but I try to help you. I'm not the only one out here helping people, but I'm not shitting on nobody either. Okay, I ain't doing that either. So, but I can tell who likes the show, who doesn't like the show, who don't like me, and I don't give a fuck either, because that's your problem. That's a you problem. If you don't like what I'm doing on this platform, you don't have to look at it. That's your choice. Please understand that. I'm not. Nobody's twisting anybody on, and ain't nobody made nobody do shit. So, yeah, just because you can make comments and leave comments on my page, one thing you can't call me is a fucking liar. You can't call me that. Nobody. That you cannot call me. You can't call me a fucking liar. Because that's the thing. That's what everybody want to tell lies. Be a part of a good lie. But when you can't catch a person in a lie, that pisses you off. You're a weirdo. You're a weird human being with some mental. You need to do some mental work. You need to do some. You need to do some work to help your mental. Because if you're obsessed with catching someone in a lie, how about you just stop lying? That way you won't feel the urge to make someone like you shitty. Okay, but anyway, let's get to the WIP moments. Since a lot of the haters on this show want to hate, I'm gonna give you fucking something to hate about. Trust that. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna start it right now. Since you say I'm starting shit, okay, we're gonna start some shit then. Let's do that. All right. First WIP moment. The hate you have. Yeah, a lot of the people from everywhere else but here. All people want to do, see, when you see a real American Indian, a real black, dark complected, with coarse hair. I didn't say it was nappy, but it's coarse. It can get coarse if I didn't take care of it. If I didn't know how to practice proper hygiene. Okay. So let me get to the point. I'm trying to make. Because let's be for real. Some Africans come from underdeveloped nations. I didn't say the nation was, I didn't say you didn't have running water or your electric. I don't know. I haven't been to Africa since I was fucking 19 in the Marine Corps. I didn't go for leisure, and that's not a flex of disrespect or anything like that. I'm pretty sure Africa is beautiful. I've done extensive studies on Africa. It's a fascinating place, a beautiful place, a place that I want to visit frequently, but I don't want to live there. Is that a problem? Because I know where I'm from, I want to live where I'm from, because I don't want to go nowhere else? Well, you motherfuckers can't have it both ways now. Y'all want people to, you just want people to be what you want them to be. And when they start defending and being themselves, their whole complete self, that's a problem. So I guess that's why you have a problem. That makes you a fucking hater, though. A real hater. Because I know myself. I know my history. I didn't say that even my family members got along like that. No, they're mentally fucked up too, just like a lot of us. The goal is to get better, to know who you are, so that you can raise your children to know who they are, and so that when they grow up into the world, they have a secureness and a security about themselves, so that they can do what they want to do, how they want to do it in life, living a good life. It's really simple, because that's what it really is all about. The better chances you have to live in this life that you are assigned to right now, that you're breathing breath into your body vessel. Check it out. The reason why you want to teach your kids who they are is because that's the only thing that will benefit them. Continuum. Not joking. That's the truth. I can only imagine on that reservation if I was giving books that I were interested in, not just the Bible, which the Bible was appropriate at the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's when the Bible is appropriate. I think so. Because they're fairy tales for children or childlike mind adults. Hmm. Yeah, I said it. The Bible is for children, teenagers, and childlike mind adults. You ever think about how the Bible makes you act like just like a fucking child? When you tell somebody, I have a different belief system than you, I have a different spiritual system than you, I don't have a belief system. Or they say, wait, hey, I don't do agnostic, I'm Gnostic. Okay? It's a perception, it's a perspective as well. What if people know more about Christianity than you do? I do. What if you're a Christian and you don't know the roots of Christianity? What if you are a Muslim and don't even know when Islam started? Let me give you one. What if all the Abrahamic religions are wrong? What if they're all just fabrications and shit? What if that's the case? That's what I think. I think they're fabrications of stories that already existed before. And the only reason why people want to hold on to their specific kinds of story because they feel like it gives them power. But what if your story is a complete and total misinterpretation, a misunderstanding? That's what happens when you listen to other people and not study to show yourself approved. See, I don't listen to people and regurgitate the shit that they say out their mouth. Most of my shit, everything I talk about is original. And if it's not original, I'll give the reference. I'll let you know who I got it from. Right or wrong, good or bad, I don't give a fuck. Giving people praises for oh, okay, well, such and such says this, let me say this and give them the props for their original statement because it wasn't mine. It's because I have morals and ethics. And I refuse to get on this platform or any other platform and provide you with untruths. That's what people are making money on, provide untruths, shitting and want to bully people, want to just, yeah, that's what they want to do. You want to bully somebody because you are inferior. You can't make me inferior because you're inferior. You can't make me a liar because you're a liar. You own that for yourself. I don't need none of that shit. Keep it. I build my characteristics up for me. You can't put me on your game. You dig? That's just not how that go. I want you to understand and know that specifically. You know, I think it's sad. It's pretty fucking sad how when a person is building their brand on being better, building a brand that's educating, edutainment, and going to keep on giving you such, because I think a lot of that is missing. I think a lot of us just want to fight, beat each other up, and tell lies instead of sitting down, controlling your emotions, interpreting things properly, accepting things that you cannot change, and appreciating your path forward. But you want to wallow in your own piss. That's what most of y'all want to do. See, I even see a motherfucker said, I got 700 and certain amount of shows of shit. I said, where? Oh man, you don't watch my shows. My shows, and none of them are even the same. I show you different avenues of how I live my life. What I like to do. I'm very honest, very transparent. I don't have to lie because I'm not a ill-willed person. I'm a good person. And I don't have to keep running around saying the shit. I'm human. And I like living and being human. I just don't allow my living or what I do in life to destroy other people in theirs. Understand now? I don't like my shit. I don't like anything that I do to affect or harm or hurt or challenge or make problems for people in their lives. No, I stay out of their way just like I keep people out of mine. All right. So I deal with good because I try to stay. I try to keep my morals and ethics to a respectable level. I don't like liars, so I don't deal with them. All right. Check it out. The next WIP moment. Black Americans have been choosed of called the main character. Main character syndrome. Everything ain't about y'all. Fuck y'all. Well, you kind of make us the main character. You really do. That's you can't put that off on us. You can't have it both ways, like I told you. The problem is, like I said, you want to be my bully. You want to come to my country, literally my country. And this just don't go for blacks or blacks from other places. I'm talking about all y'all. Blacks, Asians, whites. You come to a country, implemented a rotten game plan, agreed upon it globally, and do this. Shh, don't tell them. Shh, don't tell them who they is. We like, look at these fucking clowns. They're clowns. You're clowns. You just fucking. It's ridiculous. It's like you can't help it. You can't help but I want somebody to pick on real bad. Shit, the whole world picks on us. The whole world say they don't know who they is. The whole world say this. Yeah, I know because I've been global all over the world. Some people try to tell me who I was before, acting like I ain't know who I was. Yeah. See, the globe thinks Americans are dumb. They do. But you mimic the shit Americans do. Not all Americans, just the black ones. We know this. America has never been an egalitarian society. Or has it? Actually, it has. It actually was before the arrival of European foreigners. Okay? You want some evidence? There you go. There you have it. Columbus was last. But I want to read you some more information from this book. Right here. Prehistoric America. Prehistoric America. Yeah, we about to get into some book reading today because we got some straightening to go on. We got some straightening that needs to go on. Okay? Let's get into some straightening. Just so you guys know, I'm not bullshitting. All right. You're going to like this. Again, this is, let me show you the book again. Prehistoric America by Stephen D. Peet. Oh, let me show you the image in here too. Look familiar? I've shown you these things before. Okay. But let me read you a couple of passages out of this book. It's pretty good. I'll start off with this chapter I'm on here because they're showing you the prehistoric monuments of Europe, America. You know what I'm saying? How we're gonna get into all of that, but we're gonna get into how they carved us up pretty good and kind of deleted on paper, misclassifying people and things. Y'all don't really understand what that fucking means. Let me read a little bit of this, okay? The events in which the most prominent in the traditions of the world is the deluge. This seems to have been a local thought. It was it was so early in the traditions that it was preserved by all of the nations of the East before they separated. Each nation has a different version of the story of Babylonians. Okay, the Hebrews, the Greeks, the Chinese, the North American, Indian, the inhabitants of Polynesia, but at the same time, one that contains the same facts. According to the Hebrew traditions, the ark was filled with various animals, domestic and wild, Noah and his 3 sons and their families, and after 40 days of rain, it lodged almost mountainous of or they lodged in the mount among the mountains of Armenia. The animals were let out, and Noah made sacrifices, and with his household began to people the new world, the world anew. The Tower of Babel, according to the traditions, was erected by the descendants of Noah. But this confusion of tongues put at the end to the work, and the people were scattered into the various parts of the world. It is worthy of notice that various parts of the world, recent discoveries had brought light to the fact that there were two or three great nations represented at all times in the valley of the Tigris and Arcadian, who were the ancestors of the great Turanian race, the Minoans, who were perhaps the representatives of the Papan in the Elamitic races, and the Hebrews, who represented the Semitic races. And the expansion of the events, it was the nations spoke different languages. And the confusion is that the Arcadian went north and ultimately established the great Chinese Empire. The Minoans went westward and became the early inhabitants of Arabia and established the Babylonian and the Assyrian empires. This story of the flood is not confined to the scriptures of the mythology, for a tablet was discovered in the depths of the pyramid in Babylonia by Mr. George Smith, which gives the Babylonians version written in the cuneiform language and evidently very ancient. The Babylonian version lacked the simplicity and beauty of the scripture record, and yet contains the same facts. The Hebrew narrative makes no definite mention of Noah's home by his harmonies with his statements of the Babylonian story, and admits the possibility of Babylonian was the locality. There is no other strange confirmation. It is found in the fact that mountains surrounded the valley of the Tigris. Those are Armenia being the nearest. The accounts disagree as the land, I'm going to read this again. Accounts disagree as to the landing places of the vessel, and yet the cuneiform narrative confirms the Hebrew story. It may be objected that the art of shipbuilding had not reached so great perfection as to admit the buildings of so large a vessel, but all the accounts agreed the subject and the points to make in apparent the shipbuilding, as well as pyramid building, had become common. The Babylonians sealed the great idea that wheeled chariots were in use in a very early date, though after the time of the deluge, for the god Marduk, who was chief divinity of the Babylonians and represents riding his wheeled chariot with the spear in his hand and charging at the dragons. There are no other traditions which confirms this same point. Now, I'm going to keep going. The most interesting one, get y'all back on here. I'm sorry about that. The most interesting one is that concerning the contest between the two brothers, Cain and Abel. This has also been explained in referring to the contest between the shepherd and the agriculturalist. The interpretation of being sustained by the fact that Cain went out to build a city. In a singular, that story of two brothers is common in all parts of the world. In some places, it represents the contest between the East and the West. In others, represents the conflict between various elements and personification of the natural powers. Okay, I keep telling you, you got two hemispheres of your brain. We have two hemispheres on this planet. The Earth, the planet, the globe is a celestial body with a memory. So are you. You had ancestors. You have over 300,000 year old history. You got some work to do. That's what you have to do. You have some work to do. Since you want to tell everybody who they is and how they get, you never read shit for yourself and don't even know. And you can't listen to a scholar about you. You can never listen to a scholar about you. A scholar can't teach you shit about you. You got to teach you about you. You understand? There is no scholar on this planet better than me about me. Can't no goddamn scholar teach me about me. I get to know me. That's the truth. Start getting to know you. Thank you. So, we're going to sit this down because we got to talk through this. Because y'all think I be bullshit. There are two brothers, Enlil and Enki. I want y'all to do the rest on that. I'm going to leave it alone. East and West. Mindsets as well. In my mind, I don't have to succumb to people's bullshit. I know me, so I've mastered me. I continuously master myself. So as long as I continue to master myself, then I don't have a master. See, when you don't know who you are, you have a master. I promise you, you do. You just don't know it. You think you're free, but are you? A lot of people are freer than they even know, to be quite honest with you. And you can get into all of these old, well, you gotta do this, you gotta get that paperwork done. Yeah, all that's true. I understand, but you gotta be free. You gotta be free in your mind first. That's where you should be. That's what you gotta work on. Be free in how you think and and choose. If you're a motherfucking liar, know what that comes with. If you are a liar, know what comes with lying. No roots. You have to tell a lie to tell another lie. You shouldn't pass stories around because they were wrong from inception, from the start. Martin Luther, Protestants. See, when you know how to make when you know how to make a logical decision, but you don't know how to logically think about who you are and be honest about it. See, that's the thing. That's where you lead. That's where I'm missed. When people are not honest. when you lie. That shit do me no good. I can't really even deal with you like that when you're a liar. Because you want to use me. You want to get over on me. You don't respect me for real. You only respect what I can do for you. You see what I'm saying? That's how people like that is. So just like here, the reason why nobody likes Black Americans, we know who we are. And a lot of people in the world think we don't know who we are. Did you understand when the people have been through some diabolical times, difficult times, because you've been bullied by everybody? Well, that kind of grows you up. You don't want to put yourself ever in a position to be treated like that again. And then when you are, when people have shown you time and time again, they don't like you, you should believe them. Okay? Next WIP moment. As I was saying, you let us know every chance you get where you're from. That's why you wave your flags here. I wouldn't wave an American flag in your country, but that's how you get down. See, I'm very, very happy a lot of these systems are coming to an end and they're closing down. And they are we have to reconstruct a new infrastructure here in this country. That old shit bad because it was full of bad elements. Bad elements, bad actors, bad people. Both sides. The Democrats cannot claim to be the saviors of nothing because you were just as fucking terrible. I kept telling people the whole time, do you understand the Democrats are just as racist as whites? I'm sorry. The Democrats are just as racist as Republicans. They're just as racist. They're just as awful. Because you would rather put any immigrant group that you can muster up, have meetings in their nations, just to say what you not gonna do for indigenous Black people in their own country. You're a sad, worthless piece of shit sum of people. You're fucking terrible. You're not good for your own life. You did this shit to yourself. These were simple actions to take heed and follow and just do the right thing. But you know what? You couldn't because you hate me so much and you thought someone's going to deport me to where? You going to deport me to Pensacola, Florida? Where I can go to my cousin's house and go to sleep on their couch and drive my ass back home and lay my ass in my bed? That shit ain't going. That's just stupid. I'm sorry. That was just stupid. Ain't nobody getting deported over here, homie. You don't like me. And you just want somebody to beat on and you can't. And that fucks with you. You wanted to replace me. That's not happening. So that fucks with you. And you still hate me. Won't even learn a lesson. Won't even say, you know what, I was wrong. Maybe I need to get my education. Maybe I need to educate myself. Maybe I need to get my knowledge up. Maybe I need to learn some shit about this world. Maybe I need to stop blaming something. I'm blaming other people for the shit that me and my people did to ourselves. You come from them countries. Cuba, strongman country. Argentina, Venezuela, all autocratic style, all autocratic style leadership going on. Mexico, a lot of these places, y'all know so many murders they get away with down there, and you come up here and you do that shit. Quit acting like I ain't nobody said all y'all was criminals, but you know how racist your fucking households are. They're awful. You know how bad you talk about dark-skinned people. You know how bad you talk about your dark melanated brothers and sisters and cousins. And how you love making them feel like shit. And Africans, you sent your kids over here talking about work hard and get rid of, you don't make friends with them. You don't get pregnant by them. You don't do all this hatred that you know you did this to your children. You know you did. You can't say you didn't. And you won't even, you're not even apologetic for it either. And I'd be goddamn if other folks don't come over here and say, well, your people done told on you. They told on you. Your countrymen told it because they let us know. Because everybody heart ain't fucking weird and wicked like you. Everybody's not a damn victim. because they want to, you just want to victimize somebody else, still be a victim. It's because you study white supremacy well and you know how to be white adjacent and you practice them same rules and tools in your own homeland, and you want to come up here and do the same damn thing. Because there are good people from other places that come here and just so happen to tell how raggedy y'all asses really is and how much you really do hate Black Americans. It ain't a dislike at this point. This is an all-out goddamn hate. It's all out an assault. Get sick of hearing that shit. You like, man, wait. You tell us you got the main character effect, but you make us the main damn character. In Africa, they make videos about what Black Americans do to educate the world or themselves or the world. So when I told you, nobody came over to the Americas civilizing anyone. You degraded the society coming over here, from the Spanish to the French to the British, to the Filipinos. Don't forget about you. Don't forget about the other slave trade that happened in the West Coast to the Pacific, when you got Filipinos and Chinese and any other undesirable and shipped them to the South here in the Americas. The lands where my people from. Oh, you talking about the Yucatan Peninsula? Oh, where we built all the pyramids, you know, with the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Olmecs, Inca, you know, those cultures, those were my people's cultures, not yours. You are from Asia. What's wrong with that? You know what the Spanish did. You know what you did with the Spanish. You know, we got an Asian architect. I'm going to get his name too. There's an Asian architect that went around chiseling and changing 40 plus thousand damn statues, erasing the ethnics, using chemicals to change the paintings. Europe did it today. Europe did it to their own paintings. Europe did it to themselves. You know what Europe did? They started painting their ancestors white. It only took about, if this was not that long ago. King Charles right now gets his name because of the fact that Charlo means charcoal, dark melanin skin, but he's an inbred. I want y'all to do another study. I want you to look up right now. I would do it, but I'm talking and I don't want to throw myself off. But I'm going to tell you this. Look up how much incest goes on in Nordic European nations right now today. Yeah. That's not a good thing. Mixing genes with you, and that's not good. It's a lot that goes on there in Europe. It goes on a lot in India. It goes on a lot in a lot of northern countries, China, Ireland. It goes on quite some deal. Yeah, it's a lot of these. Those nations practice a lot of ill-mannered things because of how they think. The invention of race in the European Middle Ages, they created themselves to think the way they created their minds to think the way that they think, out of hatred, purely out of just damn hatred. And not all white people or people of different ethnicities agree or even have the same mindset, but we have to make sure and be clear that this mindset is out here. It's out here and it's prevalent, and it's getting even more prevalent. I'm going to get back to this book, but I got to get to the next WIP moment. Okay, we don't share the same history, but we do share some of the same experiences. That's very true. We share experience that I like, but we don't have the same history. My family didn't go with my family may not have went through things that the family from another area went through. Some things were different. Nothing's a monolith. Everything's a little different, okay? And the reason why I'm telling you this is because, okay, when you're looking at history, as a Black American, you can't tell me there's no difference between being enslaved on your own homeland fighting yourself out of mental slavery, fighting yourself, reconstituting your mind and dedicating yourself to learning yourself. Or let's say what African did. Africa wasn't they'll call us cotton picker because they'll say they're not in slavery. They have never been enslaved. They would say, you can say that, but when you got you praise white Jesus. Yeah, you do. You when you praise a white Jesus, I can only imagine how you feel about yourself. Woo! When you praise Jesus, period, I can only imagine how you feel about yourself and your ancestors. Ah, bless you. Bless you. Because I would tell you this. I can't do it. And the reason why I cannot do it is because my ancestors is why not a fabricated creation that actually started with you. So I would tell you this. I think I want y'all to look up something. Look up Heru. The Greeks call him Horus. Look up Heru. He is the son of Asar and Aset, or Osiris and Isis. He is the first recorded Immaculate Conception on the planet. The first recorded Immaculate Conception on the planet here in the Americas. But this was Egypt. America is Timeri. This is Kemet. This is Egypt. The second Egypt is in Africa. Second, meaning two, meaning second, not first. This is the land of Mu. See? Hey, now let me read you a couple of books out. Hey, chapter 2, India Superior was in North America. That's why I got so many India subscribers from India. But America, this is the Indian Superior. Let me explain. Mu discovered the Americas is Mu, the motherland. Didn't I tell you America was my motherland? Thank you so much. Civilization came from India Superior, which was the North America. See in figures 16 and 17. Where's figures at? Okay, I think this next page. I need to find figures 16 and 17. Where's figures 16 and 17? It's figures 14. So 16 and 17 must be right. This figures 27. Hold on. Here we go, right here. I can show you. Any words now? Any words? Huh? Huh? Wait a minute. Let me continue to read. Let me read y'all some information right now. Let me read for you real quick. I don't mind doing that. I do not mind. Because I'm gonna I gotta let me get to the right page because hold on. It's so much. This man put some work into this one, buddy. I gotta show y'all a little bit more of America. Okay. Mu. All right. All right, let's get a little more. Okay. All right, this is the different Google images. This is Mexico City in Central America. This is Teotihuacan. That's hard. Every time I try to say that damn name, it get me. Here we go. I want to show you. Teotihuacan. Okay, and that's in Peru. So let me get to where I was. The America has the oldest mummies. Let me read this part. This is what I want to get to too. The Americas has the oldest mummies. The Spirit Cave mummy from the Spirit Cave, Fowl in the Bottom, which is 9,400 years old. The Spirit Cave mummy is the oldest mummy in the in the world and is in the Americas. Additionally, we also have the Centro, the Centro mummies in South Chile. These mummies are 7,000 years old. The Chicharo mummies, the archaeological anthropology evidence demonstrates that the America is the true old world. Scholars should be looking in the Americas for the oldest civilizations because the oldest mummies are in the Americas. Their scientific approach on where to look should be completely opposite. Based upon the evidence, the Americas being the old world, common sense tells me to look in the Americas for the oldest civilization because the oldest mummies have been found in the Americas. Let me continue reading. The Mayan Indian civilization civilized the Egyptians. The Mayan Indian civilization and the Egyptians. The link. This is the link to the Kansas City Journal article entitled Prehistoric Man. And this is Monday, October 12th, 1886. This article was written by Edward Walters. The article provided that the oldest civilization was the Yucatan and the Central Americas, and that Egypt was first people by immigrants from the Yucatan. The article gives 6 facts to support it. The article states in percentage percentage parts. After correlating all the data that has been made public to the present time, the conclusion is unfavorable that the oldest civilization was the Yucatan and the Central Americas. Further discoveries may change this conclusion. It seems that Egypt was the first people by immigrants from the Yucatan. Spaces will allow only a few facts to clearly indicate the truth of his assertion. First pyramids in the Yucatan are some of them much larger than found in Egypt. That of Cheops, not accepted. Second, the pyramids of Egypt bear structural evidence of having seen modeled on those in Yucatan, notably as the one at Coloma, which covers 23 acres. Third, the early Egyptians and the Mayans in the Yucatan had the same system of reckoning time, but the Mayans developed a system that was far superior and which inundated that of Egypt. Fourth, the Mayans manufactured a cement that was of the same material of that of ancient Egypt. Fifth, the architect of the Yucatan is the same general type of the same Egypt, but a finer, seems to have been more modeled that the Egyptian attempted to imitate. Sixth, the art of both countries displays in their ceramics and archaeology is the same type of school, that the Yucatan being much more highly developed, according to one of these traditions, the portion of the Mayans about 40,000 years ago rebelled against the ruling king and finally withdrew to the north. The branches seem to have passed along the coast of the Gulf of Mexico and have reached Louisiana and lower Mississippi Valley between 30,000 and 35,000 years ago. Wow. All right. So let me get back to where I was going about India. All right. Chapter 2, the Indian Superior, North America. Mu, discovered in America's Mu, motherland. Civilization came from Indian Superior, which was North America. Okay, all life and civilization came from the uppermost region of Indian Superior, which is the Arctic North Pole, Mount Meru, Mary, Goddess, Dani, Anu, aka Mu, which is the mythical Garden of Eden, seen in Figures 18. Hyperborea is in the mythical that we have the truth. Greek Proverbs, Genesis, King James Version, list the 4 rivers associated with the Garden of Eden: Pishon, Gizon, Chidiko, and the Tigris in the Phirat. Euphrates. A reference to the land, Cush translating, interpreted in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is a Greek word which means burnt face or sun dark people, aka black Negroes, which regards to the Ethiopians, Strabo indicates that they're looking similar to Indians, remarking those who are in Asia, South India, and those who are in Africa do not differ from each other. Turner, Sharon, The Sacred History of the World, a display of the creation and subsequent events of the deluge, attempting to philosophically consider in a series of letters to the sun, volume 2, Long Man, pages 80 to 82, retrieving 20, January 2015, end quote. This makes sense because it already firmly establishes that so-called black people were your first people. You can tell by looking at figures 18 and 20 that Mu region used to be warm, lush region, so yes, civilization could have started from north, and according with many myths. All right, guys, I'll do a part 2. I've given you enough for today. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Will Is Podcast Live. Oh shit, man, I got one more WIP moment. Hold on. You told me I'm not African, remember? You told me I was in a cotton picker. All these old nasty terms you guys use, all these old derogatory words. It's sad, man. It's fucked up. So I guess what? I guess you were right. I'm not African. You're right. You're right. I'm a Marucan. Thank you. It's all good anyway. Still my brother. You know, we still got brothers and sisters that we have to educate globally. And that's okay. We're never going to leave on an ugly note. We're never going to be nasty to people. We're just going to be factual. Share the information, you know, like in the words of Rest in Power, Joe Madison, put it where the goats can get it. Even though I never liked him, his radio show like that because he was extremely rude. And I would, when I do start interacting, you know, I'm not gonna be rude. I'm sharp as shit. I can defend myself, but I ain't gonna treat you like shit. Too old for that. We got to grow up, be better. We got to be a more constructive, um, you know, constructive, clean in the mind, good in the head, good in the heart. So no ill will here. This is the Will Is Podcast, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll check you guys out later. Thank you for tuning in. I had to come back refreshed and with some education for y'all last. You know, I had to take a little time off. I'm done with the campaigns to push the show out. So now it's time to get down to the real work. Do the you know, do what's necessary for us to keep cooking. We will be getting a book club together too, so we can educate ourselves, so we can educate the children. So that's gonna be a very good thing. The book club is gonna be an awesome thing. I also buy my daughter a lot of books, so I'll be sharing books about that. I'll be doing DIY, what is it, DIY project stuff. I got a lot of housing projects to do. I can show you how to save some money. You know what I'm saying, by doing things yourself or buying certain things to you know, keep your shit right. So I'm always busy. I'm never being lazy. I'm always doing something constructive simply because that's life. You have to be constructive, you know. So I know I ain't got no friends. Nobody likes me. I'm black. I'm Black American Indian. But if you want to be my friend, act like it. That's all you got to do. Act like it. Tell me the truth. Don't lie to me in my face. Don't try to fool me. Don't swindle me. Give it to me how it is, just like I do for you. But anyway, I love you, my people. Thank you for tuning in to the Will Is Podcast. We'll be back later on today. I got to get some work done. I got to get some work done in the yard. I got to plant a tree. I got to bust some more bricks in the back. I got to do the things that keep this home front running. Plus, you know, I'm not opposed to taking money. It's expensive as hell, man. This shit is expensive to do this. You got to have some passion behind it because you want to do it until it starts paying off. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep pressing. It is hard. It's tough, but I love it and I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's not work to me. So again, everybody that watches this show, let's develop a new attitude. It's called not being nasty to people. Let's stop the bullying. Let's start educating. I share a shit ton of books on here, and I know times are hard. for a lot of people, but you should take time out to purchase a book and read a book. It renews your mind. When you read books, it gives you something to it subconsciously grows you up. So again, it's the Wheel List Podcast. Favorite part. Come on. The wheel is yours. Y'all take it easy. I'll see y'all in a bit.